Well, good morning, everyone. I'm out here with the birds and with springtime because spring is just exploding here. You can probably tell the difference in what all has come up since I last did a walkabout of the front. The emerald blue phlox is starting to bloom. The pansies and violas are coming into their own. Mr. Easter Bunny has made an appearance next to the Ruby Perfection cabbages, and all of the tulips are starting to come up. So the first iteration of bloom from the tulips in my garden typically comes in white. So you can see lots of white tulips just now getting ready to pop. They're coming up and now the heads are beginning to fill out. They will be followed by some lavender purpley ones, purpley pink in different shades. And those will unfold over time. So I'll have a long progression of bloom that will go well into April. And things just continue to come up. There's some gold fortuni euonymus. And you can see, it's kind of bright out here, you guys. You can see all sorts of golden feverfew. There's some foxglove. There are a couple of things that I am still tending to help them heal. There's a crushed boxwood that I need to do some work on, but behind it is some golden spirea, limelight spirea. You can see all of the moneywort has put out sweet, sweet little lavender blooms. The hellebores are still going strong, and even the azaleas, at least the encore azaleas, are putting on bud, so I think they might actually bloom. And the damaged boxwood are starting to put on new growth. And then as soon as the trees leaf out, it will camouflage all of the injuries and the amputations that we had to make after the last storm, the ice storm in October. Let me do a sweep from here. Stuart's taking the day off, you guys, so I'm doing this walkabout on my own. In between these stepping stones that go towards the street, there's all sorts of little seedlings that are too small for you to detect right now. But there's golden feverfew, there's all sorts of purple columbine, there's chamomile. Look at these wonderful hellebores, and I really got it for another purpose, but look how sweet this little wattle fence looks in front of the hellebore. And then I've got more hellebores in the back that I am planting up against that fallen tree trunk. But things just look so springy, you guys. Just that wonderful shade of green. Now let's go to the front porch. And I'll show you what's going on with the pots there. Over here, as you can see, there's still a lot of work to be done. I have many, many bags of my favorite compost, the Happy Grow Landscaper Mix. Let me get up here so you can see the name on the bag that I get at Lowe's. And I'll be doing lots of mulching. We had a really good soaking rain the other day, so I can put down this mulch and it will really hold in that moisture. So here, the other day before yesterday was my day of hard calls. So I finally just decided that all of the ivy that was in that pot and growing on that wire frame. And all of the ivy that was in this long rectangular pot growing on those wire frames. They just weren't going to turn brown, or weren't going to turn green from brown in time to do the display justice. Here's the tulips starting to come out in my little concrete Easter basket. And this is just a foreshadowing, you guys, of what this will look like by next week. I replaced a dead boxwood there with an emerald green arbor vitae. This will be a test for me, you guys, because this is going to get a lot more sun than it used to. So I'll just be improvising as we go along. But I've got lots of pots of bulbs that are getting ready to bloom, some even in the back that I haven't brought up here yet. But look at how my window box is coming along. So you may recall that I took out two kind of pyramidal boxwood in here that had suffered, and I've planted kale and cabbages and some white alyssum and some golden coleus. I'm still dealing with those nefarious squirrels. I did put some of that rodent repellent, but it didn't repel them too well in this window box. And then because I needed height, when I took out those two tall boxwoods and replaced them with shorter Green Mountain boxwoods, then I have put in here a lantern, a remote controlled lantern candle, and brought up two of my lemon cypress, so you can see that it really makes a beautiful montage, and it will continue to fill out and get even more profuse and even more abundant and spilling out over the side. The biggest loss for me this year was I had a golden heuchera in here that was planted right here where now this purple romaine lettuce is, and you can see some tiny little seedlings of purple alyssum. And it bit the dust, and it had been there for years. So goodbye, old friend. Thank you for your service. These boxwood here I did not take out, and I pruned them a little bit, and so they will be putting out new growth pretty soon. And then I planted some yellow wallflower. And again, more of this pinky purple will come out, which will be a good color echo with the pinky purple in the jasmine. And that's just a matter of time. And of course, we'll do another walkabout. And I love the way all of these gray baskets, these are the weatherproof baskets. I think I'm going to be able to tell you about them this week, I'm hoping. And then I showed you last week, I believe, that I got a little peach tree, a dwarf peach tree. This will ultimately go to the back, but right now it just looks so Eastery with its sweet, fragrant blossoms that I couldn't resist putting it up here and including it as part of the tableau. So let's go over here and I'll show you what I have yet to do. I was hoping that this boxwood here would recover, but it's not going to. So I'm going to take it out and replace it probably with another one of those arbor vitaes. Again, this is going to get a lot more sun than it used to, because I do like having that vertical element right there in the corner. And then I took out everything that was in this long pot, and I may or may not replace it. I may move that pot and just declutter the front porch a little bit, and then I will fill this planter again. There's some sweet little grape hyacinths. But what I did, and I'm so pleased with the effect, is I relocated those hanging baskets that you guys saw in the back to the front porch because the color scheme is just perfect. And the larger hanging basket I just put on this wire frame. kind of as a saucer planter next to the front door. And then I hung the little one up here. And these look really dear from the street. I love the way mixing these edibles with the white hyacinths and the kale. And see, that's getting ready to bloom in yellow. Isn't that fun? I love that ornamental kale when it blooms. But I've got some winter boar kale here. You can see there are some purple cabbages in here, some pansies, this purple leaved. I mean, talk about using an edible as an ornamental. Is that not just scrumptious? And makes a perfect color echo with the face of these pansies. So all of these, this is, like I say, this is just the first wave. All of this is going to keep on coming and will be twice as lush the next time you see it. I did put some white bacopa in this urn, and I might get some more of it because I love the way it looks. From this vantage point, you can see, yes, this is artificial turf. Many of you have asked. This is a very high quality, highly realistic artificial turf that I've had. It's been here for, gosh, 6-7 years now, and looks even better than the day it was installed. Let me see here if I can zoom in. You can see how pretty the tulips are starting to look. And these will bloom over a long period of time, you guys. So they will come and go, and as they come and go, the color subtly changes. The palette of the front yard subtly changes. And yes, there's already been traffic in front of the house as people drive by to see the spring show begin. So by Easter, it should be resplendent, I think. And despite the damage to the trees and the hollies and everything else, Mother Nature has been a good nurse. And the recent rains have really helped. So once these few brown things begin to put on foliage and leaf out, that will be the last of the uglies, at least at ground level, that needs to be remedied for all of this to be really spectacular. And right there you can see my nemesis, the squirrel, going up into the oak tree. You guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me out in the garden on this walkabout. And stay tuned for lots more pictures. Take care.